Hey y'all, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. Today I'm coming at you with an easy spaghetti and meatballs dinner. Now y'all, this is a great meal that ain't gonna hit your wallet hard, but the flavor's gonna knock you out. Baby, this is some of the best spaghetti and meatballs you have ever had, and guess what? It is so easy to make. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is start on the spaghetti because that is going to take the longest. Now I have a chopped up onion, I have 4 cloves of garlic, some Parmesan cheese, some olive oil, a dry red wine. And look, I know some of y'all will say it ain't homemade spaghetti if you using the jar. Okay, but let's be real. Y'all know y'all be using the jar sometimes. Okay, so we're just going to do it easy today, and so that's what I'm going to be using. I have my seasonings here as well. This is for the spaghetti and the meatballs. Now, something a little different about my seasonings is that I will be using a few cloves. They just add a nice warm flavor. I'm also putting some sugar. Okay, y'all know sugar go with the spaghetti. A little bit of milk for the meatballs. And I am using ground turkey and ground Italian sausage, but you are welcome to use beef and sausage. I have removed about 1/3 of the meat from each packet, and I'm going to start on the sauce with them. I'm going to brown them for just about 3-4 minutes. Okay, get a little color on them, and then I'm going to go in with my diced onion. I'm going to sweat those onions for about 3 minutes because you don't want that raw onion taste. You know what I mean? You want it to be nice and tender. All right. I have my garlic that I'm putting in, and then I'm going to saute that for about 1 minute, and then I'm going to start seasoning. Now, this is going to elevate the flavor of your spaghetti. This is what's going to make the jarred seasoning taste better. Okay, see, me, y'all don't want to do jarred seasonings. That's because all y'all do is just warm it up. Y'all don't add nothing. Okay. So I put in all my herbs, a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder, and I'm going to use some white pepper, but black pepper is totally fine. And Sazon Tropical is pretty much like complete seasoning, so that would totally work too. And then I'm going to mix these together and just toast them for about 30 seconds. Then I'm going in with 1/2 cup of my dry red wine. I don't think this is optional because I think it adds a great flavor, but if you don't do alcohol, you are welcome to leave it out. And then I'm going to put in my spaghetti sauce. Now, I like to pair up the roasted garlic one with the Prego marinara that has a little bit of a different flavor. I like that combination better, but I couldn't get that this time, so I ended up using both of the roasted garlic. And y'all know I ain't leaving none of that behind. I didn't pay for all of it. So I'm taking about 1.5 cups of water, and I'm going to swirl it around, and I'm going to put that in there. Then I'm going to add my sugar. All right, the cooks know what it is. Okay, gonna balance that acidity in the tomatoes, and I'm gonna put in a little bit of beef bouillon just to oomph up that flavor. I'm gonna let this simmer on low for 1 hour. For the meatballs, I have the rest of the meat, a teaspoon of the beef bouillon, a little bit of salt, and I'm going to repeat the same seasonings in the meatballs, just in smaller quantities. Now, if you don't want to do turkey, you're also welcome to just do beef instead, but sometimes I like to lighten it up. I'm putting in my breadcrumbs, milk, my Parmesan cheese, and my egg, and first I'm going to mix together the wet ingredients right at the bottom. That's going to help those breadcrumbs plump up so you can keep those meatballs nice and juicy. Okay, and then I'm going to combine everything together. Now, I will say if you decide to use the turkey, make sure you're using a 85-15, something like that. That 99% ground turkey ain't gonna work for this. It's gonna be way too dry. Baby, don't even do it. Don't even do it to your mouth. Don't do it to your throat. Okay, because your throat gonna start you're gonna start choking. Okay, don't do that. So then I am going to pinch off about 2 tablespoons of the meat, and I'm going to make my meatballs. All right. Once I have them all done, I'm going to put them in the oven at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. I like to broil them at the end just for about 1 minute to get a little color on them because turkey can be a little light skin. All right. And I like my stuff brown. Okay, now after an hour of simmering on low, I'm going to go in and add some olive oil just to silk in the sauce. It's not going to make it greasy, but it's going to give it a good flavor. Just about 2 tablespoons. Now, y'all, I didn't even realize how dangerous tomato sauce was. When this sauce popped me, baby, I got burnt for real. Y'all better be careful. And I was doing it on low. I was so shocked. I said, these red sauces is dangerous, honey. Then I went in with all of my meatballs, and then I put this on low just so this could simmer while I'm going to do my noodles. And I know y'all know how to make noodles, but I just want to remind y'all, you better salt your water. Okay, and you better put in a little chicken bouillon for some flavor and cook them noodles according to them packing instructions. And you bet not break them noodles. You better push them down. Okay. Now I like to actually add my sauce to my noodles. I don't like putting the noodles in the sauce. So I'm just going to put a little bit on top of the noodles and then, twirl it around, make it fancy. And you know what, honey? We good with the spaghetti. So, baby, are you going to try this recipe? When your family loves it, make sure you hit me up in the comments box and let me know how fast they lick them plates. Baby, I'll see you next time at Kamira's Kitchen. You know that I love you and Jesus loves you. Goodbye and God bless.